Hey, what up, it's Pat. In this video, we're going to talk about why you already know how to write raps and what to focus on instead. See, a lot of new rappers, me included, I started out writing raps in my notebook. I get lost in my notebook and just write. But that's pretty much where my rapping stopped. I didn't really rap out loud in front of anyone. I didn't even really rap out loud by myself. I wasn't recording my raps. I was just having fun, experimenting with words, writing in my notebook. And this is how most rappers start. And there's a reason for this. It's because we learned how to write in school. So in learning how to rap, there is a better order to learning how to rap. The best order is to start with, freestyling. But with writing, you're not being vocal. And so if you are being vocal, you end up doing a lot better. So that's why instead of focusing on writing, it's good to be focusing on being vocal. So I'm going to give you some proof that you already know how to write raps. So here is a written rap. My name is Pat. I like to rap. All right. That's a written rap. You already know how to do that. Okay. And then you might say, okay, well, what about internal rhyme schemes? That's easy. You already probably learned this in school, internal rhyme schemes. You go, my name is Pat. I live to rap. All right. So you have you have I rhyming. Live and is kind of rhyme, and Pat and rap. So you got some internal rhymes there. You already know how to write raps. But a lot of people get stuck in usually rappers have a love of words. Like we focus on words, we love words, and we love wordplay and figuring out wordplay. But if you're just focusing on writing raps, you might get stuck in the same flow patterns, and you might not be that comfortable recording or being vocal, which is really important, which is why it's really important to start being vocal as soon as possible. So the big problem, again, the new rappers have is being vocal, right? So you want to be vocal as soon as possible. The second big problem is flow. You get stuck in a flow if you're just writing raps all the time. If you're just writing, you probably get stuck in the same flow. And the way to fix this is to start putting on beats and practice scatting over beats. Like you want to practice scatting, like by going ba-da-ba-da-ba-da, making noises. I have a free rap flow course below for that, which will really help. And then after you scat those flows, when you start writing raps, it flows a lot easier. You're starting to flow a lot easier. You're able to take those flows, put words to those flows, come up with new flows. And once you learn how to freestyle, then you're able to turn your freestyles into words. And all the best rappers in the world will freestyle melodies and flows first, because if the lyrics don't sound good, no one's going to want to hear them. So that's why they lay down really interesting, cool melodies and flows first, and then add the lyrics after. That's what the pros do. That's what all the pros do. Maybe they'll start with one written line and they'll start freestyling over beats. But another mistake that rappers make is that they write rhymes without a beat. They don't write the rhymes to the beat they are writing to. And so this can really trip you up. It's really hard to go back and match your raps to another beat. All beats are in 4/4, but it's a lot easier to match the emotion and the flow of a beat if you're hearing it for the first time, coming up with a scat, and then turning those scats into lyrics. Or as you get better, you can start freestyling flows instantly, and you might not have to scat as much, but scatting is really the foundation, is coming up with nonsense words. So I hope that helps. Take my free rap flow masterclass below. If you're stuck in your head coming up the same flows, maybe you really love writing, but if you're not that comfortable recording yet, if you haven't recorded a song yet, there's probably a reason. It's because you're probably scared, like most new rappers, like I was, of being vocal, right? And it wasn't until I learned how to freestyle that I got comfortable turning my written raps into full songs. And if you haven't made your first song yet, it's probably because of this. It's probably because you're stuck in a notebook, you feel safe there, and you're not ready to be vocal yet. The best way to start being vocal is recording yourself scatting over your favorite beats, because your favorite beats are going to make you sound dope. All right? So I hope that helps. Logan says elbow cough. I think Logan is saying that because he knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about. So this is a very, very, very common problem for all new rappers, for most new rappers. Unless you're born, unless you have a lot of family that's freestyling and you've been freestyling since you were a baby, then you're most likely went in the traditional route, which is not the most efficient route of writing, because that's what we learn in school. So it's not your fault. It's not your fault that you learned how to write in school. Everyone learns how to write in school, but that's usually where we start with rapping. The way to fix that is to start being vocal as soon as possible. Put on your favorite beats, start making noises over your favorite beats so that you can find really musical flows like the pros do, like Lil Wayne, like Kendrick Lamar, like even Eminem. They'll come up with flows. Eminem, sometimes lately his kind of flows has been a little off, but because he's obsessed with writing. But luckily he's such a technically good rapper, he knows how to make the flows work. But for most new rappers, you need to get experience being vocal and flowing over the beats before your raps will really, really sound musical and really, really flow. So if you're wondering how to flow, take my free rap flow masterclass below. That'll help. And that's the whole thing we teach in Pro Rap Academy. It's all about, we teach in the right order. We teach you in a more efficient order because most people get too stuck in their heads. Better to start with scatting, then freestyling, then getting to refining your delivery and your flow by studying the pros in a methodical way, and then get into writing and then into hit songwriting. All right, so that's what we teach. That's what we're all about on this channel. I teach freestyling because freestyling is the gateway drug into songwriting. Let me know if you have any questions about flow. And let's see, have you heard of Seti Hendrix? I want to make music like that. Any tips? I have not heard it. I can't listen to it on live because it will demonetize my channel, but I will check it out and I'll get back to you on that. But if it's like a melodic type of rapper, most likely the pros, the people who are making the music that you like to listen to, the reason it sounds good is because they're coming up with the flows first. Next question is, when you're melodic rapping, do you have to flow? Yeah, you have to flow. Your flow has to be especially good when you're being melodic. You know, that's why you want to come up with melodies first. So when you put on a beat, you're like, you start doing melodies like, you know, it's not going to sound like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like you start being melodic with your voice over the beats. Dior Baba says, I have trouble with verses. I want to flow, but not talk about the same thing the whole song. You know what? I'm going to make another video about this. This is a good question. This is more about picking subjects that you're really passionate about. So you want to make sure you're picking a subject that has a lot of emotion for you so that you can finish the song, something that you really care about. Hello. Hi. All right. So I hope that helps. I'm going to stay on for a minute to see if you guys have any more questions. But again, it's really simple. I think we overcomplicate it, especially starting from writing. It's really easy to overcomplicate rapping because we start with writing, we become obsessed with words. We love words. We love the internal rhyme schemes, but it's hard to finish a song unless we're comfortable flowing over a beat, you know, because for me, I was writing a lot. I would write back and forth with this girl I had a crush on. We kind of battle back and forth, writing raps back and forth with each other. But I never turned it into a song. I never rapped it over a beat. It was just like in my head it sounded good, but I wasn't being vocal. And that's what I hear from most new rappers is that they're really comfortable freestyling in their head, they say, but not rapping out loud. Okay, so Dior Baba says, I also want to be deep like Drake, but also make it simple. Yeah, I think keeping it simple is cool. So if you want to be deep, if you feel like Drake is deep, then you want to pick subjects that are really emotional for you. Mostly people get caught up with not having flow for the whole song. Is either you started writing your verse before you heard the beat, so definitely write to a beat. The other thing is that maybe you're trying to write about subject matter that is not that close to you. Maybe you're just trying to write about subject matter that is close to someone else that you hear other people rapping about, but maybe the subject matter that you're picking isn't that valuable or passionate for you. So you want to make sure to pick subjects that you're really passionate about. Like could be a heartbreak, a recent heartbreak, could be you recently got fired. You know, you could have a whole story about that. You know, anything that's really emotional. Could be your dating life. For me, it was always about girls who I felt like dissed me. Like I'd be getting dissed by girls all the time, have no game, and just getting clowned on by girls. And so that's what I would talk about. How long can I take a break of rapping? Oh, you know, you can, it's up to you. It's, you know, it's more about when you do practice, you practice the right things. Like you practice being musical. So it's not about practicing all the time. If you're practicing the right things, then you will start to develop a skill. So I think starting out, it's good to practice a lot, like freestyle a lot, practice scatting over beats a lot, and then you'll get better. Let's see. How do you bring emotion into your bars, but not put your business out? You know, that can be tough. That could be tough. So what I would suggest is first, don't worry about putting your business out. I would put all your business out first. Then go back. If you really, really feel like there's somebody's name you don't want to say, then you can go back and edit it. But usually what you'll see is that the most popular artists, they kind of are putting out their business on the street and everybody knows what it's about. And it kind of brings people into the story. It kind of makes it, people love drama. Like the audience loves drama. So I understand if you're trying not to hurt somebody or something, you could be a little more poetic with it where you're kind of covering up what you're saying. But yeah, how do you join my live streams where we freestyle? So today we had a freestyle session. We do it every Tuesday, 2 p.m. for members of our Pro Rap Academy Premium group. And you'll have an option to join that once you take the free Rap Flow course below. But I really recommend taking the free Rap Flow course below. That'll get you ready for our freestyle sessions and you have an option to join. But mostly this is just for people who have taken the free course. Wordplay. So a lot of people ask about wordplay. But again, wordplay is like writing raps, right? You already know how to write raps. Wordplay comes naturally when you're trying to fit words to the flow that you came up with when you were scatting over the beats. You have to use wordplay. You have to play with words. You have to cut words, say words a little differently, use different imagery to be able to fit words into the line to make it flow well, to be able to fit your scat or the first flow that you came up with when you weren't worrying about words over the beat. Do I have an email I can send music to? I want to get your thoughts on it. Yeah, you could message, go on, send me something on Instagram, Pat Parra Music on Instagram. Yeah, if you could do that, that'd be probably better. All right, so I hope that helped. And I'm going to make, you know what? I think I might make another video about worried about saying the same thing the whole song, because maybe I'll do that tomorrow, because that's a really good question about people having a hard time finishing the song. Like maybe there's not enough emotion, not enough feeling to get all the way to the end of the song. And so it's really just about picking subjects that are more passionate for you. So I hope that helps. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Make sure to like this video. Take my free Rap Flow course. Like this video so other people can see this, because it's really the biggest issue that new rappers have is being really comfortable writing and not comfortable being vocal. All right. So hope that helps.